me right now. Yeah. Don't hit me right now.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Now, Commissioner Adam Silver is continuing to push for the creation of an in-season tournament. He says the notion is to steal a page from European soccer. It's not the Larry O'Brien Trophy, but something secondary that teams care about. Something you'd see players go into that extra gear for. Kevin, back to you.
That's pretty intriguing, DA. It's an interesting story, and we thank you for giving it to us. Here are the five for the Raptors. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. And it's Anunoby in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, we've got Olynyk. Colin Sexton is out there with Conley. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward position.
And you know there aren't many teams with a more dedicated fan base than Utah's. The Jazz fans are behind their team no matter what.
And so off the tip, it's Utah. Here is Conley. Sexton with a screen on Van Vliet. Outside, Sexton. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Ref's calling it close already as he picks up a quick early foul.
Toronto on defense. And Sexton has it in the corner. Vanderbilt setting the pick for Sexton. Vanderbilt kicks to Olynyk. Clock at 4. Here's Horton Tucker. Nails the wide-open jump shot. It's always striking, Greg, to see the bond between the Jazz team and their followers.
Well, when you're the only game in town, people take the team to heart. And we see it in cities like Portland and San Antonio as well. The fans form that attachment to their team. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
There's the pass to Sexton. Vanderbilt, a screen on Van Vliet. Conley's shot is off. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Barnes can't get it to go. Sexton with it. Trying to claw his way back after a terrible showing in that loss to Dallas. Here's Conley. Siakam pulls it in. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Michael Conley picks one up.
Well, with that 6'9" length, right? Siakam uses those long limbs to create contact, get himself some free throws. Nicely done.
Throw good, Siakam.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Siakam hits them both. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Again, Conley missing.
Just one made field goal in 5 tries. Not a good start.
Barnes passes to Siakam. He can't get it to go. Jazz have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Sexton against Trent. Conley with the screen on Trent. Floats one, and the layup good by Sexton.
How about the soft touch on the floater from Colin Sexton? You must have that in your arsenal.
Van Vliet looking around. Here's Siakam. Doesn't go that time. The Jazz go the other way with it. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. Two teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
And the fact that they split their two meetings last season. Does one try to get a leg up?
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Raptors. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Plays it up and banks it in. Siakam's got 6.
Well, you love the size and the length of Siakam, so he's comfortable in the painted area, does nice work there.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Now, here's Olynyk. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Sexton against Trent. For 3, Van Vliet. A three-pointer is right on target.
That's unselfishness from Trent Jr. We know he wants to score, but when your teammate's that wide open, just simply put the ball where it needs to be.
Now, here's Sexton. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Olynyk dishes to Conley. Back to Olynyk. That's in there. Conley with the assist.
There's a reason Mike Conley's teammates love playing with him. If you're open, I promise he'll find you.
Siakam inside. He's against Olynyk. An easy 2 points on the layup. 8 points for him.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here is Conley. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside, Sexton. And it's denied. Sent back by Siakam.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Pass to Olynyk. Jacks up a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. The kick out to Barnes. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to Dallas.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
Well, frankly, they should be shocked. I mean, that kind of effort simply won't cut it in today's NBA. Let's see if they take any lessons from it.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. Going with an almost entirely new group here. Rudy Gay's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Lowry Marketing comes in for Vanderbilt. Clarkson, he's checked in for Colin Sexton. And it's Malik Beasley in for Mike Conley. pass to Markkanen. And now that we're finally past the trade deadline, a number of players, Greg, have to be breathing a sigh of relief.
I mean, no matter how many times you're told we're not going to trade you, you're our guy, it's hard to know what to believe. GMs are professional secret keepers.
You love to see a guard like Malik Beasley take it down low and be willing to compete and make a shot.
Baseline jumper. Siakam misses.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Gay against Trent. Gay passes to Markkanen. Markkanen sets the pick for Gay. Launches it. 5 on the clock. Markkanen can't get it to go.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Siakam's shot is off.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Markkanen. Markkanen a screen on Barnes. Takes the 13-footer. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got 5 rebounds tonight. Lobbed up there for Barnes. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Horton Tucker. Defended by Trent. The shot by Markkanen. Nobody around. It's hauled in by Trent. Raptors leading by 8. Siakam outside. Over Gay. That shot missing. And it's Utah the other way.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Kicks it out to Markkanen. Markkanen a screen on Trent. The Jazz with another miss. And it's the Raptors ball. They're on a 16-6 run. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And the Raptors with some changes. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. Chris Boucher comes in for Scotty Barnes. And Porter subbed in for Anunoby. On defense, the Jazz. 8-point game. Van Vliet kicks to Achua. Got it. Good job in the low post.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
And that one good from Clarkson.
Well, very difficult to guard the floater. Jordan Clarkson, nicely done.
Van Vliet passes to Achua. Back to Van Vliet. And he drives in. Gay with the block. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Gay. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Sexton, he's checked in for the Jazz. .143 left here in the first quarter. Van Vliet wide open. No good with the triple.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
The shot by Sexton, no good.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's coming off a 13-point game against Phoenix.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
Porter, true on the 14-footer. And the Raptors lead by 10.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. There's 42 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Trent outside over Beasley. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now, here's Clarkson. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now here's Van Vliet. Boucher with a screen on Sexton.
And the wingspan of Gay helps alter shots. Terrific at just pestering scores.
Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Raptors. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. Back to the action in just a minute. Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Yeah, and in addition, their ball movement has really unleashed their offense. Boy, they've been fun to watch.
Toronto leading by 12. Conley out there with Beasley. Then there's Jared Vanderbilt. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. And it's Olynyk in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group right now for Utah. Now here's Conley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Beasley dishes to Conley. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
Mike Conley continues to perform at a high level. Over a decade as a pro, still doing work.
Here's Barnes. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Barnes has got the lead up to 12 now for the Raptors.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it. One
thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
And the dunk by Vanderbilt.
Well, Mike Conley specializes in reading the floor. This guy is an expert in pick and roll.
And for years, Mike Conley had an interesting title. The best player to never make an all-star game. Well, that changed in 2021 when Conley was named an all-star.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Beasley, the pass to Olynyk. Beasley outside. Passes to Conley. Takes a three. Offensive rebound. Vanderbilt misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Birch, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here's Olynyk. Easily outside. 4 on the clock. Conley's shot is off. For Mike Conley, year 13 was lucky for him, going to that first All-Star game.
And that was the longest wait ever to become an All-Star. Conley, 33 at the time of that first selection, just shows you the work ethic of Mike, always trying to improve.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Tucker's checked in for Olynyk. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Now, Vanderbilt. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. Stolen by Van Vliet. Barnes looking around. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Boy, guys, when you think about the prototypical modern wing, Scotty Barnes, the reigning Rookie of the Year, certainly fits that mold, already proving to be a well-rounded two-way player.
That's good from Barnes.
And with Barnes, he's only scratching the surface of how good he can be.
GA, there is no question about that. Barnes is on the fast track to becoming a star. Why? Because he can score, defend, rebound, and even serve as a playmaker if need be. This is about developing those skills continuously and becoming more consistent.
Barnes hits them both. You know, Greg, we know to win at the highest level, you need your star players to show up in the big games. With that in mind, what's the key?
You know, it's their will and their ability to fight. If you look at the great ones, even when things haven't gone their way, they continue to scratch and claw and do everything in their power to try and get the W. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And here we can check out the story for Lauri Markkanen. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Vanderbilt a screen on Barnes. And here's Beasley. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. And it's Conley that time on the assist by Beasley. Conley's got 4 this quarter.
Boy, Malik Beasley, known as a pure scorer, but how about the setup of his teammate right there? That's a pretty pass.
Beasley against Barnes. Here's Van Vliet. He has been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Ugh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. Here's Conley after the Raptors pick up 2. The feed to Markkanen. Now the pass to Vanderbilt. 6 to shoot. Conley with the 3. That one doesn't drop. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Barnes finds Siakam. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
That's his first personal.
It's on Lauri Markkanen.
I think the value of Pascal Siakam is the skill set on both ends of the floor. He can play multiple positions either end, and he can lift his team in any number of ways.
And he makes the first.
And we've seen it for years. Despite their regular season success, the Jazz just unable to make much noise in the playoffs. Credit the front office for coming to terms with it and pivoting to a rebuild while they could get top value for their stars.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Rudy Gay's checked in for Vanderbilt. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Malik Beasley. And it's Sexton in for Mike Conley. Siakam hits them both.
The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Pass to Gay. He kicks to Sexton. He dishes it to Clarkson. Siakam pulls it in. Siakam's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their careers.
And the Jazz call time here. Making a change here. Achua's checked in, And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
And you look at Van Vliet. With the voting as it is now, it looks like he'll miss out on a spot in the starting lineup for the East.
Yeah, not even in the top 10, but it shouldn't take away from what he's done this year. It's been a very good season for him.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase. We'll keep you updated with the results each day during the voting. Now, here's Clarkson. Stolen by Markkanen. Shoots over Achua. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Precious Achua.
Now, I'll tell you, good physical play from Markkanen that right there puts the defense in a bad position and gets the whistle.
And Markkanen can give you, Greg, a solid defensive effort at both the 3 and the 4.
And Kevin, many thought Markkanen was a defensive liability, but give him credit, worked hard to prove he wasn't. And while not a superb defender, he has become a plus defender for this team.
That free throw good from Markkanen. And Doris, in a time where we see so much international conflict, Commissioner Adam Silver has said that shared loves and appreciations, including sport, can bring us all together. It's a nice thought.
It's a wonderful thought, Kevin, and I think immediately to the NBA Finals, where I see representatives from so many different countries, China, Brazil, you name it, the opportunity to interact, to share our passion for the game of basketball. Listen, the hope is we can find more things that connect us than that pull us apart.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. Well, some very valuable players right here. Big men who can create turnovers for their teammates inside. These are the power forwards and centers with the most assists in the past month. On that list, number 5, Pascal Siakam.
It takes a tremendous feel for the game to be able to make the passes these big guys are capable of making out of the low post.
A feel for the game and terrific court vision. There's not an angle or an open teammate that they won't spot and find right away. The simple little draw and dish play is elevated to an art form by that group.
Here's Van Vliet, following the basket by Colin Sexton.
And when the stakes get high and you need a big shot, we know how dependable Fred Van Vliet is.
It feels to me, Greg, like the bigger the moment, the more dangerous Fred Van Vliet is. We've seen him so many times knock down so many huge shots. Doesn't matter the setting, Eastern Conference Finals or NBA Finals. This guy, the very definition of fearless.
Free throw good, Van Vliet. And the Raptors, Doris, with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer, to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load, increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
Clarkson kicks to Sexton, 5 to shoot. Shot from 16, and that's off the glass and in. Sexton's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Colin Sexton, early in his career, has demonstrated great instincts in the pick and roll, good decision making.
Siakam, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal.
And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
First one falls for him. The Jazz making a switch here. Olynyk checked in. Siakam hits them both.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Pass to Olynyk. Olynyk, a screen on Trent. Clarkson kicks to Sexton. Shoots over Van Vliet. Toronto grabs the miss. Achua's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks very much. In recent years, the NBA has opened several international academies. Commissioner Adam Silver says huge numbers of people are playing basketball, but unless you take the best at a young age, get them facing elite competition and training under high-pressure circumstances, they won't develop into NBA-caliber players. Kevin?
Well, opening doors, David, that's always a good thing. Expansion. Thank you. That's good from Van Vliet on the assist by Trent. Van Vliet's got 6.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Sexton. He's got 6.
You know, it's easy to say, but this is one guy you don't want to foul. Colin Sexton is an excellent free throw shooter.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And the first one drops.
Colin Sexton's nickname, the Young Bull, is appropriate. This guy is a fiery competitor, and you know he approaches the point guard position with a scorer's mentality, so critical in the modern NBA.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Chris Boucher's checked in for Siakam, and it's Otto Porter Jr. in for OG Anunoby. So he gets them both.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Near the three-point line, it's Van Vliet. Rebounded by Clarkson.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Driving inside. It's blocked, and it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. .135 left in the first half. Olynyk sets a screen for Sexton.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Trent against Clarkson. Van Vliet with it. He's got 6 over Sexton. No good off the back of the rim. Gay up top, covered by Achua. Passes it to Horton Tucker. Now here's Olynyk. A fadeaway. He gets that one.
Well, a nice effective mid-range game by Kelly Olynyk. Just a gorgeous release.
Now here's Van Vliet. Trent outside. And again, Toronto no up.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Gay. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And Gay isn't easy to tie up, using his length and muscle to kind of power through the defense.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Beasley's checked in for Taylor Horton Tucker.
And when Gay is locked in, he's special. An efficient scorer who can effortlessly take over games.
Van Vliet passes to Boucher. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. To the paint, here's Trent. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Clarkson outside. Beasley up top. Over Trent.
Gary Trent Jr. taking pride in his defense right there. That's a big-time contest.
And so it's Toronto holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Pascal. The identity of this team is at the defensive end. So how satisfying is it to lock them down like you did in the first half?
It's great. I mean, we're a defensive team first, and that's what I like about our team, and the fact that we just go out there and get steals and get easy buckets on the other end. It's always great to play good defense.
Yeah, that's what you guys do. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome, everybody. Hard to imagine Pascal Siakam making a bigger impact in the first half.
You like his mentality, getting his feet wet in the paint and pressing the attack around that rim.
If the defense can't stop it, stick with it. Nothing wrong with point-blank looks.
And the next order of business, seeing which players are in the running for a spot in this season's dunk contest.
Now that it's crunch time, I'm feeling nervous for some of these guys. The voting is almost over.
Honestly, I think every guy who has a real chance to win is already locked in.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
So for Toronto right now, Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward. And here's Sexton after Gary Trent Jr. made the last three-pointer. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. And there's the pass to Siakam. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Barnes has got 4 assists in the game. That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
Still going hard, and that kind of energy and effort is how they built this league.
Olynyk finds Sexton. Outside Conley. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Van Vliet. Down low. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Well, we know that Fred Van Vliet can be relied upon to find the open man. This guy's so consistently good at it.
The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad's.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr. had more size and therefore was a post player in a different generation. The younger Mr. Trent, an excellent shooter from deep. Pretty much the opposite style of play.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Van Vliet against Conley. Shot clock at 6. To stop the run. Rebound by the Raptors. Now Van Vliet. He's got 6. On the wing, Barnes. That shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Sexton's shot is good.
Well, Colin Sexton's ability to dribble drive is probably his greatest asset. What a pretty move.
Now here's Barnes. 13 points in the game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
First free throw is good.
Well, of course, Scotty Barnes won the Rookie of the Year in 21-22, guys. And you talk about a well-rounded basketball player who will affect winning with both his offensive ability and his defensive versatility.
And the Jazz making a change here. Markkanen's checked in, and Toronto also making a switch. Flynn's checked in, and he can't hit the second. Jazz have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Conley against Flynn. Got a piece of it. And here is Siakam. He's got 16. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Now Pascal Siakam looking aggressive and determined, which forces the defender to commit the foul.
He's gone 6 of 6 from the free throw line.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Ken Burge is checked in for Trent. Siakam hits them both. Enzo Sexton will bring it up for Utah. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game, and that will be the 3rd of 5 straight played at home. Up top for Vanderbilt, covered by Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. Sexton for 3. Here's Vanderbilt. Out to Conley. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby's got 6 rebounds in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Barnes dishes to Flynn. Beyond the arc. Sexton grabs the board. Utah's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Conley against Flynn. Back to Sexton. Good D by Barnes.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. But boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And Barnes gets double teamed. Here's Flynn. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 5 assists in the game. The Jazz shooting the ball poorly, just 28%. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Barnes against Sexton. Sexton can't get that one to drop.
Well, this guy cannot get started, and the offense overall has been a struggle because of it.
Barnes against Sexton. Outside Flynn, 3-pointer, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Here's Sexton. Raptors knocking down the tray. Over Barnes. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
It's impressive, the level of domination at both ends, and you're seeing the results.
You know this. It's not easy building a lead on the road, but this team has been lights out throughout the game.
Now here's Conley. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Here's Flynn. Barnes outside. Lets the three fly. Markkanen pulls it in. They've been looking out of sorts in the last few possessions.
And this is when you need to be patient. Find a high percentage shot and have some floor balance.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Vanderbilt. And stolen by Siakam. Here's Anunoby. Kicks to Barnes. Raptors moving the ball around. It's good. Nice touch there from Birch. Birch has got 6. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And they've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Barnes. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Conley with it. Pass to Vanderbilt. Back to Conley. Sweet little floater. He's got 6.
Well, this guy could have powered on the interior, but goes to the floater game. This is one of his specialties.
Spins. Converts after the nice spin.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Sexton with the bounce pass. Conley finds Sexton. And Sexton slams it in.
You can see the explosive athleticism that caught the eye of NBA scouts. Sexton with the dunk.
Outside Flynn. Passes it to Anunoby. Takes the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Anunoby's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Conley scanning the floor. The pass to Vanderbilt. And stolen by Siakam. Knocked away. And they get it back. Here's Horton Tucker. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Barnes against Sexton. Clock at 6. Markkanen from outside. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
Well, you have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
They double-team Siakam. Flynn against Conley. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So Utah ends up going with the new group.
Substitution on the court.
Outside Porter. Boucher sets a screen for Porter. A 3-pointer, no good. Utah's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the 3rd. Clarkson outside. Gay, a screen on Porter. Clarkson for 3. The shot off that time. Pascal Siakam getting it done for Toronto. His stat line has been terrific. As the quarter ends, he's already got a double-double. Right back after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Fontecchio passes to Alexander Walker. Over to the left wing. Lets it go from deep. And it's Fontecchio missing. Toronto's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. And for Toronto, they've got Young. He's out there with Porter. Siakam is out there with Precious Achiuwa. And it's Banton in at the point. So it's the Jazz now. After Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Rudy Gay was born in Brooklyn. Over 100 NBA players hail from that borough of New York City, making it a hotbed for hoops town.
A lot of talent indeed. And Rudy Gay is just one of many stars hailing from Brooklyn.
And future Hall of Famer Carmelo Anthony was born there. And just like Rudy, was in Maryland for high school. Kemba, Bernard King, Lenny Wilkins, other legends from the Brooklyn borough.
And he can't get the first one. We know, Greg, the league trending towards small ball, but some teams are having success playing 2 bigs up front.
And I think the key is having versatile big men. If they can space the floor and play in space, also be able to cover smaller players, why not get the added rebounding and rim protection?
He hits the second from the line. Here's Banton. Pass to Hernan Gomez. The rebound by the Jazz. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Abaji. There's the 3. Cans it from downtown. Abaji's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now, here's Achiuwa. Banton, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Tries a 3. The shot, no good. And it's Utah the other way. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Abaji. Here's Alexander Walker. Launches a 3. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Achiuwa's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Hernan Gomez. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first personal.
We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
No. Come on, Greg, I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it. That one is off. Flynn's checked in for Toronto. So we can't get either to fall. And here's Gay. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Flynn, and it goes down 2 points.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Toronto, Malachi Lynn at the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. And for a lot of up-and-coming teams, getting better defensively is the key to reaching, Greg, that next level. That being considered, what's the first step in that improvement?
A lot of times it's bringing in a great defender, like a Pat Beverly or an Andre Iguodala, a defensive anchor who also inspires his teammates to take that challenge.
Good on both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Alexander Walker. The pass to Abaji. They set the pick. There's the triple. Nailed from three-point land. Alexander Walker's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Outside Flynn. From 11 feet away. It's picked off. Here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Abaji and stolen by Flynn. From deep. And it's Gay with the rebound. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Flynn, inside, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Precious Achiuwa.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Lately, as we've seen, Doris, a few small market teams stockpiling picks to the extreme. What do you think of that strategy?
Well, the organization that is fully committed to stockpiling picks is clearly the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have yet to see them come out on the other side and build a contending team. Not a small market team, but look at the Miami Heat. They refuse to lose at any cost. They're always looking to win, and I certainly like that mentality.
Now, here's Achiuwa. 2 points, that one goes. 8 points for Precious Achiuwa.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Malachi Flynn. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Here's Alexander Walker. That's Stephon Jekio. Utah gets it back. Here's Abaji. Passes it to Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Here's Alexander Walker. Lets it go with a 3. It's hauled in by Achiuwa. Achiuwa's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now here's Flynn. Greg, you think of everything that goes into making it to the NBA as a player. Did it come easy for you, or was it all work?
It's easy, really, to overlook the grind, but when you love the game, all those hours in the lab don't feel quite like work. At least not until you start getting a little longer in the tooth.
Nikhil Alexander Walker. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Markkanen, he's checked in for Utah. And Toronto also making a switch. Barnes is checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Toronto's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Utah with the rebound. Fires from deep. Abaji can't get it to go. Toronto's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Barnes left side. Back to Flynn. And the pass to Barnes from downtown. That one's not going to go. The Jazz go the other way with it.
Well, after hitting one triple in the first half, it's been all radio silence since.
Picked by Markkanen. Here's Alexander Walker. The Jazz again can't hit it. Toronto, they've gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Barnes down low. Sinks that one from the post.
You get the sense Scotty Barnes is very comfortable in the painted area. That's easy work.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Fontecchio. And for a while there, Greg, it seemed like we were entering the super team era. But lately, homegrown talent, players you draft and develop or sign and develop, seems to be the way teams are going.
Yeah, and it's not easy to maintain a culture when you're bringing in stars from outside. We've seen some cautionary examples here of late.
And he knocks down the first one. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Utah. Conley now comes in for Alexander Walker. Trent's checked in for the Raptors. He's perfect from the line this time. The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Now, here's Achua. He's guarded by Markkanen. Trent outside. Pass to Barnes. 6 to shoot. Fade away. He doesn't hit that one. The Jazz go the other way with it. Trent against Beasley. Now Conley. Screen by Olynyk. Conley kicks to Beasley from the arc. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Barnes has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Flynn. Greg, we know a lot of teams using former NBA officials now working as consultants to teach their players how the refs see the game. I guess always looking for that edge.
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's a great idea because philosophically sometimes as the rules evolve, players got to learn how to evolve with them. So not getting the calls you might expect, also how you communicate with officials. I think all of that stuff plays a big role in just furthering that dynamic between the officials and the players.
Well, that's Malik Beasley fighting through the contact to finish close. Nice.
Flynn against Conley. They set the screen. Trent passes to Birch. Doesn't go for him. So Utah will take it the other way. Conley with it, and it's Trent picking him up. Conley dishes to Beasley. And Olynyk kicks to Beasley. Off with the layup. Toronto's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Flynn. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That's his first.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
At the line for the Raptors, Malachi Lynn. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Last season, of course, Marcus Smart won the Defensive Player of the Year. You know, Greg, it's rare to see a guard win it. Should perimeter players get more consideration from this point on?
It's tough, Kev. I do think they should. And I think the numbers, though, tend to favor the rim protectors. But it's only right to recognize great defense at every position, especially in an age of positionless basketball.
And for the Jazz, they're shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Beasley, the pass to Olynyk. Outside Conley. Porter pulls it in. Toronto's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Raptors.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Pascal Siakam.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
The free throw drops for Gabe. And the Raptors making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Trent with it. He brings it up for Toronto. Pass to Birch. Van Vliet with it. There's the pick. Over Conley. Van Vliet with the bucket.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now here's Beasley. Olynyk, a screen on Trent. Here's Beasley. The teardrop falls in.
How about the delicate floater by Malik Beasley? Such a tough shot to get a piece of.
Well, for the Raptors, they can just run out the clock. And here is Van Vliet. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much. Pascal, you've been getting stops, getting out and running. What is working defensively?
Our energy was where we wanted to be. And that's how we got to play every single night. We can't come in and not play that way because that's the way we play. So we got to play like that every single night. And it starts with me. You know, like I have to bring my team to that energy level every single night. And, you know, I'm going to try my best to do that.
It was successful tonight, man. Congratulations on a big win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. As we leave you with our New Balance Player of the Game, Pascal Siakam.